Okay, this is the most underrated smartphone right now. So it's been quite some time since we did a long-term video. All the flagship launches are done, but you see, most of the flagship that were launched this year was for higher prices. And out of all of these, there's this one flagship which I am really interested in because I like affordable phones. Like as an Indian, I want to save money. Now it is currently priced around 55,000 on Amazon, and with card and exchange offers, you can get it under 50,000, which makes it the most affordable flagship of 2025. That comes with, of course, Snapdragon 8 Elite. This is the iQOO 13. Now, in a similar price range, you also get the Realme GT 7 Pro, which is selling for 54,999, and the OnePlus 12, which is last year's flagship, is also selling for 57,000. So how does the iQOO 13 stack against all of them? Also, so many of you guys asked us in the comments for the iQOO 13 long-term review. Well, you ask, we deliver. So iQOO 13, Pratik, TechWiser, let's go. Now, before we get to that, we are going to divide the review into what's good, what's meh, and what's not. First off, starting with what's good. Now, the first thing that I liked here is the build. The iQOO 13 comes with this frosted glass back, and in my usage, I like to use my phones naked. So this frosted glass back has turned out to be actually a good thing, because if you see closely, there are no scratches at all. Plus, another benefit is that there is no fingerprint marks on the back, so every time you hold the phone, no need to keep rubbing and cleaning the phone. Now, the side frames are metallic. They are a bit of a fingerprint magnet, and there is one chotu sa scratch on this side. Like, sorry, Mrinal. And during my usage, the phone has slipped out of my hand sometimes. It has survived all the falls without any dents or marks in the corners. And apart from surviving the hard fall, once or twice the phone has been in accidental drops in the sink while washing hands, and thankfully nothing has happened. So yeah, the phone also has IP68 plus IP69 rating. Now you might be wondering, what does this IP68 plus IP69 rating means? Like, complicated, right? So in simple words, IP68 rating ensures protection against 30 minutes immersion in fresh water. Meanwhile, the IP69 rating ensures protection against high pressure water jets. So 68 is for waterfalls, 69 is for high pressure rainfall. Now the camera array here also comes with this monster halo light. And this usually glows up by default when you plug the phone to charge. Now you can further customize it. Like I have set the halo light to turn on throughout the day. So overall the build perspective is quite solid here, but this is the most interesting part. The most important thing, repair cost. See, in the long usage of 3 to 4 years, the chances of your phone's display, battery or back cover getting damaged are quite high. So if you compare the repair cost of the iQOO 13 with the Realme GT 7 Pro, it is cheaper. Now compared to OnePlus 12, some parts are expensive, whereas some parts are cheaper, so it's on par. Now, why I was searching for repair cost is when you turn the phone on the front, you can see the scratches. Now, thankfully, the scratches are not on the display. They are on the pre-applied screen protector. Now, the display here is a 2K display. By default, it stays at Full HD plus resolution. If you want, you can switch it to 2K. But if you see side by side, you won't be able to tell the difference between Full HD plus and 2K. Also, the display is LTPO and it properly switches between 1 to 120 Hz depending on what you do. Now, I have watched a lot of content on this phone, from Netflix series, from Ghibli Studio movies, to CSK's fabulous run chases this IPL 2025, and apart from the CSK run chase, everything looked good on the screen. The colors and sharpness were good. By the way, there is also HDR support on Netflix, and the display here is quite bright indoors. It comes with 1800 nits of high brightness mode. Now, some of you might be thinking, Pratik, we know what is peak brightness, but what is this HBM? See, in simple words, peak brightness is when one pixel hits a certain amount of nits in a bright HDR scene under direct sunlight. Basically, peak brightness is not something which you will see in day-to-day life. Practically, what you will see is the brightness that you get outside when you're standing under direct sunlight and using the phone, or indoors when you're watching an HDR movie. So that is the high brightness mode nits, and that is what you should see while buying a smartphone. Now, when we got the phone, it was peak winters, but now it's proper Delhi summers, and the display is bright enough outdoors. Now, the iQOO 13 has a big battery, and this year, iQOO and other brands have really worked on innovation in battery tech, the silicon carbon battery tech. So it has helped to increase the size of the battery without increasing the thickness or size of the phone. Now, on a single charge, in heavy usage of playing a lot of games, clicking pictures, watching content and all of that, it easily lasted me more than 1 day. Or on a light usage, sometimes even 2 days. Even the charging, it is damn fast. It took about 30 to 40 minutes to top up the entire phone to 100%. So much so that I'm used to charging my phone overnight, but with this one, I would just get up in the morning, keep the phone to charge, go to the washroom, come back, it was 100%. I'm not giving away my washroom time. And coming to the most important part of any iQOO phone is performance. See, from hardware specs, performance point of view, I feel iQOO phones at any price have the top or the best processor. Now, if you compare the AnTuTu scores of iQOO 13 with the OnePlus 12, it scores almost 9 to 10,000 higher. Now, we did play games daily, but that's not enough. We wanted to do extreme testing. So we went all in on gaming. We played 3 games for 30 minutes each at all high settings, starting off with something like BGMI. In BGMI, it can play smooth graphics in ultra extreme FPS, which is 120 FPS. Now, the gameplay was smooth here, but what makes the gaming experience smoother here is the gaming mode. Because in BGMI, you get some extra options like game super resolution, which increases the visual quality of the game. Then there is also game frame interpolation. Now, iQOO phones usually come with a display chip. It's called supercomputing chip Q2. Now, that is dedicated to generating extra frames in supported games. So if you turn it on, see, now you can play BGMI at 144 FPS, while BGMI officially doesn't support 144 FPS. Now, it's hard to show on camera, but the gameplay feels buttery smooth. Also, there's bypass charging. So when you're charging your phone while gaming, instead of charging the battery and powering the phone, it directly only powers the phone, which prevents the additional heating. So it is able to maintain that 144 or 120 FPS for a longer time. Now, for 30 minutes, the gameplay was smooth. The temperature was around 36.5 degrees. Next, we move on to heavier games like Wuthering Waves. So we kept all the settings to high. The graphics here look so good and the gameplay was smooth, like we are getting constant 60 FPS. Now, by the end of half an hour, the temperature was around 37.5 degrees. And lastly, we played Grid Legends. The graphic quality was set to high, the gameplay here was smooth. And at the end of half an hour of gaming session, the temperature was just around 30.6 degrees. So even in heavy performance, in our testing, the phone doesn't overheat or show any signs of frame drops. Now, that was the good part. Let's move to what's meh. See, the iQOO 13 runs on the FunTouch OS 15 based on the latest Android 15. Now, if you compare the FunTouch OS 15 to FunTouch OS 14, there has been 2 types of improvement. Number 1 was a visual aspect and features, and the second improvement or inclusion has been the AI features, cause a smartphone in 2025 without AI features is like Big Boss has logic, next to impossible. Now, in the gallery, it comes with AI eraser, so you can easily remove the unwanted things from your photos and make your photo picture perfect. Now, there are a lot of AI features. You can watch this FunTouch OS video to know more about it, but one AI feature that has been implemented quite well is AI call translation. So now I'll speak in English and Shobik will speak in Hindi. So what do you think, Shobik, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
तो शाबिक, आप क्या सोचते हैं? पहले मुर्गी आई या अंडा?
मुझे लगता है कि पहले मुर्गी आई, बाद में अंडा.
I think the hen came first.
The pronunciation of the Hindi words and everything is just so accurate. Like, did you notice it? Unlike other AI that can translate call, here the voice of the speakers and the AI wasn't overlapping. So when I'm speaking in English, the person on the other side will hear the AI's voice in Hindi instead of my voice and then the translation. Now, this AI call translation feature is actually usable. Nice attention to detail, iQOO. Other than the AI features, some new features come with FunTouch OS 15. There's one feature that I really got used to is smart calling. So if you're getting a call, just pick the phone and put it to your ear, the call is received. Next, if your phone is paired with TWS, so when you're getting a call and you lift your phone to put up to the ear, the audio will automatically switch from TWS to the earpiece. Next, if you have a contact open on your phone to whom you will be calling, directly just lift the phone and put it near your ear, it dials the contact automatically. These are like such small and practical features. I think every Android smartphone maker should use them. Then there is this voice isolation feature. So whenever you are in a call, you'll get this pop-up, and if you turn it on, it isolates the background noise and your audio sounds much richer and better. And this option is available in phone calls, WhatsApp calls, or even Google Meet. So now I'll turn on huge fan sounds over here, and this should simulate how you would sound outside in traffic or noise.
And this is how I normally would sound over the call. Now voice isolation is on and the vocal should get better and you should hear more of my audio than the fan noise.
So just like this, you are blown away by these hidden features in FunTouch OS 15, right? Now so far, FunTouch OS feels very feature rich and useful, but since I've experienced a lot of other smartphones, I feel there are some suggestions which could make it even better. First thing is, I can shake the phone to turn on flash. Now if I can shake the phone to turn on the flash, why can't I just shake the phone to turn the flash off? Doesn't happen. Next is when you get multiple notifications on the same app, look at the notification, they appear small, squeezed, it doesn't look good. Also the next thing is the whole set of features like the smart motion, smart call, etc. they are kept under accessibility setting. Like if you want most of the users to use this customization, they should have been under personalization or this customization option. In fact, even the Monster Halo light, which is what they call, it's called dynamic light, and that too is under accessibility settings. So overall, the look and feel or the whole UX of FunTouch OS 15 can be improved. Now in our recent podcast with iQOO CEO, we asked him about his take on FunTouch OS, AI features and Origin OS in India. You can check the pod out here after watching this video. And finally, we move on to the camera. The iQOO 13 comes with a triple camera setup, and the pictures from the main camera, they do come out well in daylight, but the pictures clicked in the indoor lights, if you zoom in, there's not that much sharpness. And the same thing happens at night time as well. The photos, light control and the colors look good, but if you zoom in, the details could have been better. And this year you get a 2x telephoto camera, and most of the time I was clicking people's picture with this. And if you see in this particular picture of me, it has this nice background blur and this is all natural. And in good lighting condition, it does maintain a lot of detail. Now in portrait mode, the pictures in 35mm and 50mm come out good, but in 100mm, if you see, the background blur is not gradual and it looks like an edge-to-edge cutout. However, most of the times 100mm pictures are meant to be taken in a very closed zoom-in shot. I also use this street photography mode so you can click fast moving pictures or some cool shots like this. Now in selfies, the skin tone is unchanged and the light control is good. In videos, it can shoot max at 8K 30fps and the video from it looks good. Overall, I feel the cameras are not that bad for a 50,000 price tag, but they are also not one of the greatest aspects of this phone. If they fix the detailing part a bit more, I think this makes it a solid camera phone for occasions in this price range. Please iQOO. So what's the verdict? After using this phone for 120 days, should you get the iQOO 13? See, at 50,000 usually you can get flagship from Samsung, Apple or Pixel, but then they are 2 years old. Usually it's the previous year's flagship like the iPhone 15, S24, etc. Those are compact phones or a much lighter version of their Ultra or Pro Max flagships. But if you want a flagship phone with the latest processor, a good enough camera and mostly a large flat display phone for gaming, and I don't think we have a lot more powerful options at this price point than iQOO 13. Also, there are rumors that Poco might launch the Poco F7 Ultra with an Snapdragon 8 Elite, which again might be priced around same 50,000 price tag. If that happens, that would spice up things. But right now, around 50,000 price point, I think iQOO 13 is the best performance phone you can get. Also, we'll be answering all the questions regarding iQOO 13 for the next 1 hour, so that will help you guys out. On that note, this is signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.